Hey guys, before we get started, I wanted you to click on the link below to get a free copy of the Nevada Edge Guide. This guide is packed full of information about the benefits of Nevada LLCs and the tax strategies, all about using Nevada entities. Full of information that will benefit you and your personal life. Just click the link below. Hello and welcome to another edition of Wealthy and Wise. I'm your host, Court Christie, founder and CEO of NCH. Now tonight we're going to be talking to a very special guest who's going to be sharing with us some perspectives that small business owners need to know and understand. And we have Corey Crawford from Abby Connect here. And Abby, welcome to the program today.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you're here too, especially with your great smile also. So tell me about Abby Connect and what is Abby Connect all about?
Yeah, so we actually were a family-owned business based here in Las Vegas. We've been in business for over 16 years now. And we just, we provide live receptionist and live chat services 24/7. We work with small to medium-sized businesses. And what we really say is that we help convert more callers to clients by answering their calls, providing that great customer service, and really helping the business owner kind of leverage their time to get back to what they do best.
And I think that's so important, right? I mean, you need to have a focus on the core essentials of your business, but if you can outsource certain elements of it, you can save yourself a lot of time, a lot of headache, and support your customers better, most importantly.
Right.
And I think that's what's so cool about Abby Connect. So you work with a lot of small business owners, Corey. You've got some that have been in business for years and years, those that have been in business 5 years or more. When you look at the differences between those successful, established businesses versus somebody just newer to business, what are some of the things that you notice are kind of important for them to focus on as a new startup?
No, definitely. I mean, I think one of the things that's most common with successful small business owners is, they leverage their time. They leverage capital, and they're constantly working to scale, build scalable solutions so that they eventually don't have to work in the business day to day, right? So if I'm on vacation or if I'm, gosh forbid, in the hospital or sick or something, can my business run without me? If it can't, I think you're in trouble.
Yeah, no, that's a very big deal. It's and that's a problem for most small business owners.
Yeah.
They kind of become the jack of all trades, right? And they're involved in micromanaging the entire operation, and they do a vacation, they go away for a while, and all of a sudden the business, has issues because of it. So that's a problem.
They become like a full-time employee essentially, right? Instead of the business owner.
Right, right. So important. So as you look at, the differences between those established companies that you see versus the new startups, what are the biggest differences that you notice?
Yeah, I think a few things. One, I talked about leveraging time. So I think from the very beginning, they're working on the business and not in the business, right? They've established their entity, they've got this thing going, they're ready to do business. The successful business owners are really good at looking at things from a 30,000 foot view of what are the things that I absolutely need to do either to drive the business forward or generate revenue, or I would even include and I hesitate to, things that you're passionate about, right? Because you started the business for a reason. And then, they make a list of what are the things that I really don't need to be doing, right? That don't drive the business or add value, or may add value, but someone else can do them. And I think that is really what a key differentiator. And then in addition to that, they make smart decisions around the things that they don't need to be doing, right? So they know what to look for with a third-party solution or a technology provider. And they kind of have that basic guideline. And then again, they're building those scalable solutions so that they can kind of optimize their time to focus their time and energy on driving revenue for the business. That's literally all it's about.
Right. Which is all it's about. At the end of the day, if the business isn't bringing in revenue, it's not going to be able to pay the bills, pay the employees, and continue to grow and evolve. So at Abby Connect, one of the things that I thought was very interesting that you all do is something that I've never heard people outsourcing, which is their chat features on their website, whether it's for support or sales or whatever it might be that people are coming into.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How does that work? And it seems like such a vital thing for companies to be available, digitally online, and so many businesses don't do it.
Yeah.
And then if they do it, I'm sure they're quite concerned about outsourcing something like that.
No, you're so right. I mean, 1,000%. It's like it takes a lot of trust for you to put your business in someone else's hands. So I understand the fear from that perspective of just like handing over your business and really your business's reputation, right, to another service or company. Live chat for us is really cool. We're really excited about it. It launched last year, and it's a completely customizable service solution. So our receptionists service it. And it just enables the business owners to, if you have those website visitors, to be responded to immediately. Like when people are reaching out, potential customers or clients, whatever it is, to your business, they want an answer immediately, whether it's, live chat or calling. So it's just another way for us to kind of engage with a potential client. That's been really successful so far.
That's really neat. What a great service to provide for small business owners. They just can't focus on all those parts of the business.
Yeah.
And as they're thinking about, where to invest capital, you can invest in technology, you can invest in outsourcing, how do you give them direction with regards to that as like for budgeting purposes?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think when it comes to investing, I would say you're going to want to see an ROI within, the first year, but ideally, depending on the service or solution, within like 1 to 3 months. And then budgeting is super important too. You want to be very intentional around budgeting for, outsourcing or a technology or service provider. And so I would say, build it in, whether you're raising money or it's your own personal budget or, if you're generating sales at this point, can you build it into the cost model and then pass that along to like your end user or customer? So however you want to do it, you do want to be intentional about making sure that you have the budget aside. Because if you don't, you're going to allocate that money somewhere else. It's easy.
Yeah, and that money will get spent very quickly.
Exactly.
So as you go about that budgeting process, how do you evaluate the different technologies that you can use in your business or service providers or services that you should take advantage of? Like, how do you make a determination whether it's serving you or taking away from your business?
That's a good question. I, try to make it as simple as possible. I would come up with like a list of needs and wants. Mm-hmm. So and then from there you look at the different service or technology providers and are they hitting those things on your list? And then to narrow it down further, I say, do they have excellent, like not good, but like excellent customer service? Ideally, you're going to want a service that provides like a customer success manager or an account manager, like somebody who you can call on the drop of a dime if you need help with something. It's like the last thing that people, like busy business owners, want is to like sit on hold when they need help with something in their business. So that's how I look at it. And then also it's like, do they have a free trial? I believe in like the try before you buy. So if you want to know if something's going to work for your business, if they provide a free trial, that's an excellent way to kind of determine that.
So you bring up a good point on free trials. A lot of different companies offer a free trial on software or services that you can kind of kick the tires on. But, if somebody just takes advantage of a free trial and does nothing, they're not going to get a great outcome.
Right.
What do you recommend they do to prepare for a free trial?
Yeah, so I would spend about 30 minutes to an hour just at a super high level coming up with, what it is that you're exactly wanting to offload. And then think about like the minimum, point of entry that you need to kind of like outsource that thing. And then I would say really lean into the customer service rep or the salesperson at that company to help you and really leverage their expertise. So, you know, yes, you can kind of craft the perfect outsource solution. Like, yes, you can really optimize your CRM to do all of these things. But at the end of the day, that's going to take a lot of time and energy and effort from you. And so I think it's best if you just lean into them, you know, and they should be kind of recommending, like, this is exactly how I would optimize this, you know, service for your business specifically. And then once you find a partner like that, it's like, have them do the work for you, like if it's available, because at the end of the day, that's why you came to them, right? To make your life easier.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, oh, I'm going to sign up for a free trial. Let's just see what happens with it. Well, if you go to the company and say, what should I do? How should I prepare? What are the things that I should be asking myself that I'm not even thinking about now, so I can take full advantage and really vet the solution out? Because there's so many solutions out there for small business owners to simplify the operation and the management of their business. And when I think of the solution that Abby Connect is providing to small business owners, you know, it's a really big deal. I can't tell you how many small businesses personally that I reach out to and I get a voicemail. And then we start playing tag and I can't find them, and it's just really a difficult thing. And it's like, why aren't you making your business accessible to your clients, to the community, to prospects that are just looking to want to do business with you? It makes so much sense. And there's like a lot of small business owners that are really uncomfortable about outsourcing. You know, they think that nobody's going to do it as well as they will.
Which could be true.
Could be true, right? And yet, if you don't do that, you're not going to grow. So you're either going to hire people, and that's expensive, right? And it comes with management and time and all the other things. But if you can take advantage of the ability to outsource certain roles that make sense with the right company that's professional and will represent your interests well, that's a really big thing. When you're talking to someone that has that apprehension about outsourcing, or even a fear, like somebody's going to screw it up, like they're not going to answer the phones the way I want them answered, or they're not going to get the messages to me in a timely manner. How do you help people get over that fear of outsourcing?
That's a good question. A ton of people have that fear, and they should. You know, really, you're handing over the reputation. You know, the receptionist especially is the first impression of your business that someone gets. So you do want to make sure that you're spending time and effort making sure that that's up to your standard. The first thing is, that's why we provide the free 14-day trial. And our service is completely customizable. So our goal is that when callers call, they don't know the difference between, you know, ringing to us or to your business. So there's no kind of like disruption in service or customer service, right? And so that would be the first thing. The second thing is, to your point, if you don't outsource it, you're going to constantly be bogged down by these calls. I'm telling you, I've had business owners free up, like, gain hours back into their day that they can use to then, you know, generate revenue or drive the business forward. And that should be the more important thing.
Yeah, growing your business is everything, right? And having good communication with customers, with clients that you're working with. And I think, you know, as a consumer, I always put my consumer hat on. I want to not get a voicemail. I want to talk to someone, even if it's outsourced. At least I know that I conveyed my message and someone's going to make sure that it gets to the right person, you know, versus hitting a voicemail. I don't know if they're out of town. I don't know if they're going to get back to me, you know, in a day or 4 days or 5 days. And generally in our society today, it's like we want it now. Oh, right now.
Yeah, consumers or potential clients, they want an answer immediately. And like, I don't know about you, if I get sent to voicemail, I do not leave a voicemail. Like, especially if I found the business on Google, I'm just going to the next business that has, you know, decent ratings, and I'm calling them, because you want an answer immediately. And I think too, people don't talk about this often, but it's like the subliminal thought of like, if I decide to do business with this company, is it always going to be this hard to get a hold of them?
Right. It's the first thing you're thinking. It's like, well, do I really want to do business with this company?
Right.
I didn't get anybody the first time out. Are they going to show up? Is this contractor going to arrive? Are they going to support my needs? What's going to happen? So in the marketplace, when you think of Abby Connect, and there's other service providers that are out there, and I don't know if they do things similarly or different, but how do you position Abby Connect? If somebody says, what's different about Abby Connect versus someone else who we can get to handle our calls, or even if chat services are out there, what do you tell people?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's a few different things. So one is the free 14-day trial, completely free, no credit card required. The second thing is I touched on the customer success manager. So we actually provide that to every single client. They know exactly who to reach out to. They know that somebody's going to be available to help them whenever they need it, or to set up like integrations on their behalf. They'll train their team, which is the next thing. We provide a team of 5 to 7 receptionists. So I'm sure you've heard call centers where you can literally get one of 1,000 people. We like to kind of minimize that because you may have frequent callers and you want those people to kind of get the same receptionist. They build a rapport, they establish connections with those callers. So we do it, it's the more expensive way to do it, but I think it really, really pays off because our clients really value that. And then in addition to that, our receptionists are more familiar with every single account. So we provide a team of receptionists, and then the other thing, which is probably the biggest differentiator, is almost every virtual receptionist company I know works remotely. We're probably one of the only companies that works in the physical location, and we do that because it's really hard to control like call quality, an internet connection in everybody's different houses wherever they are. So we can really control the quality and security of everybody's account. So those are the top.
That's great, and because in today's day and age, I think most people assume that individuals, if they're working late at night taking calls, they're sitting, in their pajamas at home. The
or
fact
there's like
that you have
dogs or babies crying,
barking,
right?
Yeah, traffic noises in the background.
Yes.
So, no, I really like that. And I think if you're a professional business, right, you want to have a service provider that's providing a very professional level of service, having people, in the office working, paying attention to what's going on, not watching Netflix on the side while they're, at work. That's a really big deal. Corey, you mentioned this 14-day free trial. Is that something that we can make available to our viewers here on Wealthy and Wise?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So we'll do the free 14-day trial. Also, if they mention like NCH or that they heard, about us from court, then we will give them an additional discount when they sign up, or after the trial, right? We'll give them
Fantastic. I like that.
Yeah, we'll give them $150 off of their initial invoice.
Great.
And then one of the other things I was really excited to come here. I love, NCH. I love what you guys do. And I knew I was going to be talking about outsourced solutions and kind of like, we want your clients to kind of make a list of the things that they absolutely have to do and should be doing in their business, and the things that they can delegate. And if they want to email that list to us, I'll have my salespeople kind of take a look at it and provide feedback. They can even schedule a call with them, like completely free. We're not expecting anything. It's just, if you're a business owner just starting out, you just established your, entity, you want to get started on the right foot.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, we appreciate that offer for our viewers, and we'll make sure that at the end of the program here, they can find out exactly where to go to find you. Yeah. And we'll put a phone number up there too, so we can do it both ways, and we can provide a link also, so we can make it real easy. And I think it's really cool. I think your service is really important for businesses, especially in today's, tech world. You still want to talk to somebody. You still want to have some kind of contact and connection. And unfortunately, it's going away. And it doesn't have to. And so, I know business owners are trying to be lean and trying to compete, and they don't have a lot of money for, fully staff up to always take every call live, but there's providers like Abby Connect that they can go to take care of that. So you guys really become a part of their organization at the end of the day, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so thank you for coming on,
thank
Corey.
You so much
appreciate
for having
it.
Me.
Absolutely. And thank you all for tuning in and learning a bit today about outsourcing, some of the things that you need to be thinking about in your business, how to grow your business, how to act like a big business and do things right as you're trying to grow your organization, and having that, you know, ability for someone to connect so they don't get voicemails, so they don't get frustrated, so they do business with you. So thanks again for tuning in. I'm your host, Court Christie. Have a great day.